Hey guys, if you like the content, please be sure to like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing an 8-4 Born of the Gods draft. Quick pitch. I want you to go check out this week's Seems Good Magic card giveaway, and you have a chance to get a free card from me for answering a simple question. And alright, on to the pack. We've opened Champion of Stray Souls. Very interesting card. Certainly versatile. A little pricey for a 4-4, especially since it's mythic. Kind of digging the Bolt of Keranos, not going to lie. This card is fantastic. I know I pick red all the time, but we are in an 8-4, and I do think it's actually the best card in this pack. Close would be Reap What Is Sown, but it's multicolor, which turns me off a little bit. Course of the Tides is satisfactory, as is Eternity Snare and Setessan Oathsworn. Yeah, I would just have to say Bolt is the best card in this pack. Champion of Stray Souls is got most potential upside. I just, something about that card's not doing it for me. I don't like the idea of a 6-mana 4-4 with kind of narrow, odd abilities. I like that it's recyclable, but I don't know. Something bugs me about that. Alright, follow-up pick. Well, we've got Asphyxiate, which is excellent removal. Fanatic. If I end up red-green, I would want Fanatic. We already have a solid red pick. Noble Quarry is, of course, good. Really, I believe the options are Asphyxiate and Fanatic of Xenagos. So here's the thing. Both of them are going to commit me to a second color. So I actually think I want the Fanatic. I think the 4-4 haste or 4-4 trample haste for a turn or 4-4 just trampler for 3. Both of those seem like very good modes to me. If we don't end up playing Fanatic because we're not in green, ho-hum. I'll be more sad if we end up black and don't have the Asphyxiate, but I would like to play this Fanatic, and we have the Bolt. I don't know. I think we have a chance to make this Fanatic work. It's very dependent on what we're seeing in green, if anything. Okay. We've got Ferris Band Trumper. I think that card's actually very acceptable. Fearsome Temper, very good card. Very good with Heroic. There's some excellent green Heroic in the Theros packs, so could make sense. Kind of feeling the Tromper. It is a 4-drop, but it's a Hill Giant. Pretty good card. I mean, you get one attack in with it, and you can really go to town. Temple of Plenty is good too. I like Scrylands quite a bit. I think I want to cut the Tromper. I don't play this card a ton, and I seem to always be sad when I'm up against it, so I think it's actually a good card. It is a 4-drop, which typically aren't too hard to fill, but it's either really Tromper or Temper for this deck. Temper will be better if we don't end up in green. Tromper's definitely going to be good if we end up in green, though, so I think I'm going to take him. I think he's good enough. Let's cost sort this. Okay, options. We have Reckless Reveler, who's a little bit unexciting. I'm presumably doing more of a mid-rangey ramp thing now. I don't have to. It's really my choice. I could do Reveler or Snake. I think Snake's good for mid-range because you do get the life gain, or a 7/7, both of which are very good options. 5-drops typically aren't difficult to get. Reckless Reveler is good because it deals with all the rare artifact enchantment permanents, which I think is certainly a good reason. But I think we're going to go with the Snake. It's a fairly unexciting pick, but that's okay. We're cutting green, and it's a strong card. All right. I actually have some good options here. Another Asphyxiate. Oh, that might be a sign black's open. However, the green picks we have are good too. Mischief and Mayhem's just an awesome card. Just a really awesome card. I like Mortal's Resolve too. It's a good trick. I feel like this goes a little bit higher. A little bit more over the top. A little bit, much more unexpected. Good mid-range spell, I'm sure. And it's uncommon. You only get it in one pack. Let's take the Mischief and Mayhem. I think there's a lot of potential upside to that. Wow. Dual Mischief and Mayhems. More Reckless Revelers. I think we're kind of in the... God, can I go multiples of these? Or is that just... It's probably too funky unless I end up with a really creature-heavy deck. If I do end up with a creature-heavy deck, I think this card can be game breaking. I think we actually want to diversify here. Let's take the Mortal's Resolve. It's a really strong trick. It's a trick plus it's counter to removal, which I like. I do like the idea of multiple Mischief and Mayhems. I think it's just a bit too greedy this early in the draft. Could also take the Reckless Reveler, but I actually think the Resolve's a little more up our alley. Okay, let's take the second Tromper here. We can be sort of a beatdown deck. And who knows, if we table Asphyxiate, I may opt out of the red. Because we seem to be cutting a lot more green. Second, Mortal's Resolve or Reckless Reveler. Reveler puts us a little deeper into red. Resolve actually keeps us a little more open. We don't have to play the Fanatic or the Bolt. I'm just never excited with Reveler in general. I think it's easy to pick up bears like this later. For now, maybe we just want to get our good tricks like Mortal's Resolve. Alright, we got a Setessan Oathsworn. That's really a good sign for green. Let's snap him up. Wow, tabling Noble Quarry. Well, green turned out to be an excellent choice. It's really like, is the red going to pan out? I kind of feel like it's not, but we shall see. Weight is an actual black piece of removal. It's the best card in here. Alright, we'll take it. Could opt into black. We saw some late Asphyxiate. Someone already got hooked up with it, unfortunately, but that may be okay. Okay, so we're definitely green, and we're not necessarily red, but I really wouldn't mind for Fanatic and Bolt. Those are both two. They're definitely better than our current black picks, but it did seem like black was perhaps going later than the red. We already look rampy. I'm going to want some ramp creatures. Voyaging Satyr would be nice. Perfect. We open a Sylvan Caryatid. That's exactly what this deck wants. I want the Nessian Asp as well, but I think we just can't pass a Sylvan Caryatid. Foil Temple of Deceit. Intriguing. Probably not taking it unless it's worth fortune. I don't think it is, though. I don't think people care about it. They're selling it for 1. I'm sure a foil's not worth too much more. Yeah, let's just take the Caryatid. Good card. Good for our deck. I want the Asp, but that's just not going to happen right now. Oh, wow. Alright, well, there's good reason to be green-red. Yep. We're going to snap up the Polis Crusher. That alone is just so bomb in this format with all the enchantments, so wouldn't mind Opaline Unicorn if we can table that. Yeah. Alright, we're in red. We're officially red-green. That makes me happy. I wanted to play the Fanatic and the Bolt, so okay. Happily snatching up Polis Crusher. So we're almost like a red-green monster-ish sort of thing. I also like having the Trample. That's the double Trample creature is just sick with the Mischief and Mayhem. I think I actually keep forgetting that Polis Crusher has Trample. That's really good. We could take the Cyclops here, get more Trample. Yeah, this is a great finisher too. And there's not too much else in this pack regardless. So, Cyclops it is. Alright, Burnished Heart does help us ramp more. Otherwise, Deathbell Raider, but we don't quite look like that kind of deck. We look much more rampish. So, I'm fine with Burnished Heart. It's not amazing, but it's a quick and dirty fixer. Ordeal of Nylea, very good. Otherwise the Presence, but no, let's take the Ordeal for sure. Very good on Oathsworn. We are going to eventually need some 2-drops. We didn't see any Swordwise Centaurs, but I want the Voyaging Satyr, and I also want, I guess Nessian Coursers are 3, but that's okay. Might be a bit clunky, but hopefully we can find a Voyaging Satyr or 2. Destructive Revelry, absolutely a good card. Also Satyr Rambler, but no, let's go with the Revelry. This destroys a lot of things in this format, so I like that. There's our Satyr, happily snatching that up. Otherwise Minotaur would be, and Shredding Wind's fine. Alright, I like this a lot. I really like the idea of jumping to 2 to 4. We've got some excellent 4-drop threats, and resolving them on turn 3 I think is very relevant. Can take Hunt the Hunter here. It's a fine sideboard card. Otherwise Bronze Sable, but prefer to not play that. Caryatid and Satyr, really happy we have those. Mortal's Resolve is still fine. I'd like a Staunch-Hearted Warrior. And I wouldn't, if we're going to be a little bit 4 and 5 heavier, I'd really like to have at least one more Satyr. If we could have 2 Satyrs and a Caryatid and a Burnished Heart if I need it, I feel like our ramp would be in a really good place. We can take the Read the Bones. I don't think we're going to make a Jund deck happen, but just in case it does, because we do have Burnished Heart and Caryatid. So it is theoretically possible to make a small black splash if necessary, but I feel like with the amount of clunk we have, we're probably not going to need card draw that hurts our life total. I mean, Witch's Eye is good with Inspired, but probably just want a Sable for sideboarding. Prefer to not main deck it. Commune with the Gods would be good if we have, if we get a Nemesis of Mortals, but I think I'd prefer to have the Guardians for sideboard. Possibly main deck, but hopefully not. Let's take the Defend the Hearth. Sad as it is, I feel like there is maybe a time I'd want to bring it in. Probably not, but I don't think it's that great, honestly, but it seems like an option no one would ever expect, which is cool. I guess we'll take the Demolish, why not? Agent, funny, because it's actually playable. And with Caryatid, can actually make it unblockable. Alright, so last pack, I would like one more Satyr, and I would like a couple more finishers. But we're looking good. We are looking good. I would like Staunch-Hearted Warrior. I would like the Centaur Battlemaster. Certainly wouldn't complain about that. Oh, let's see. Oh, here we go. Labyrinth Champ. Okay, yeah. Labyrinth Champ seems great in here. With Mortal's Resolve, Ordeal, Noble Quarry, Mischief and Mayhem. So there's enough stuff to target with him already, and just spot removal like that is very cool. And it's foil, so every aspect of that is good. This is a very deep black pack. All right, there's a Magma Jet. That seems fantastic. Otherwise, Invocation's fine. Hedonist is actually playable in here, and Disciple would be fine too, but let's slam that Magma Jet all day. All right, here's a Courser, but Satyr as well. Courser is all around good. I wanted that second Satyr, though. I wanted that second Satyr really bad. I wanted to ramp very efficiently. And then we actually don't even need the Burnished Heart, presumably, but I think we have to take the Satyr. Courser is very good, too. I guess we got a Satyr late last time. I'm not so confident we can table it. And I really want to make sure we're hitting our ramp. Because we have a lot of threats on turn 4 and 5 that, if you count this as like a 6-drop 2 ramping into that. Courser is a good card too. Very difficult. I'm going to take the Satyr. It's a tough pick. There's our Nemesis. There's an Asp. Wow. So we've got some fatties in here. What do I like more? I guess Nemesis comes down faster, potentially. But Asp has the better price tag on the surface, whereas this one, and it has reach, which I'm currently lacking. Wow, this is a tough pick. A guy that can become a 10-10, or a guy that, I think the reach is actually better? Is that right? That seems strange. This guy becomes a 10-10 and is potentially cheaper. This guy becomes a 8-9, which is still definitely good. And it has reach. Man, that's tough. I want them both so bad. I'm going to take the reach. That was tough. None of these cards are very important. I guess we can take the Centaur or a second Guardians, but I guess we'll take the Centaur. Probably don't want to play him. Shredding Winds could be a good sideboard. Warrior's Lesson is actually a good main deck, though, most of the time. Even with Satyrs, getting you some card draw could be good. Fade into Antiquity. This is 23 cards right here. Let's take the Fade. Alright, sweet. Got an Emissary. That's so fantastic. It's a wonderful card. What are we cutting for it? Probably the Burnished Heart. I think he's wholly unnecessary now with Caryatid double Satyr. So let's put in Emissary. That's another sweet thing to ramp into. Disciple could be annoying against us. I'm not going to play the Wild Celebrants. Hedonist. Prowler's Helm. Actually, I like Prowler's Helm a lot. We're not going to play the Hedonist. Prowler's Helm at least has the luxury of being a good sideboard, but I could actually see main decking it in here. Possibly even cutting the Agent, just because I'm a little unimpressed with him. I know that seems strange, but I actually really like that card a lot. Well, at the very least, we can play the Disciple over the Agent. I feel like getting to 4 is better with 3 ramp at 2. And we'll take another Sable just in case. Take the Guardians. Alright, this is a good deck. Very good deck. Very impressed with our threats. I think they're certainly plentiful enough. Where mid-range is all hell, but I am totally satisfied with this build. A lot of good-looking threats. And we ended up with some decent spot removal. Bolt, Magma Jet, Destructive. This can get past... Noble Quarry actually might be the reason to not play Prowler's Helm, because we can get past their blockers anyway. So something like this. We're a little 4-drop heavy, but that really makes me happy we picked up the Voyaging Satyrs. 2 Satyrs and a Caryatid should be enough to get to 4. I would hope. If it's not, so be it. But we also have the Jet and the Revelry for early threats. And we can bring in some more, we can lower the curve if we have to. Perhaps this isn't the Warrior's Lesson deck, but we'll see. I could see good reason not doing Warrior's Lesson, but I really do like green card draw a lot. We want all this. Really digging our threats. This is a solid 23 card deck. Let's set aside some stuff. So we're looking a bit top heavy. I could see the argument for doing a Burnished Heart just in case, or the Agent, but I actually think the Burnished Heart's probably a little more reliable for those mana screw situations, because we can definitely use a lot of mana in this deck. So perhaps we put in the Burnished Heart and maybe we cut the Warrior's Lesson, or the Mischief. I feel like the Mischief is at least good with our late game Satyrs. It's certainly good with Setessan Oathsworn. We may not need the Warrior's Lesson because we're not doing... Or I could diversify and maybe cut a Mortal's Resolve, but I really like the idea of Mortal's Resolve protecting our creatures from removal. Because there is that removal deck that you can draft. That archetype is certainly good against a strategy like this that ramps early into fatties. Because then it's like we might see a distribution that's very ramp heavy but not threat heavy. I've seen that happen before, but we actually have a very good creature count. Our 2 heroic guys are very good too. But that's still an argument for Mortal's Resolve. Warrior's Lesson is good. Card draw is good. Maybe we diversify. Let's cut the Resolve, keep in the Warrior's Lesson. Or do I want the Resolve, bring in the Warrior's Lesson? Do I want to main deck the 2 Resolves and then we can sideboard Warrior's Lesson? I guess the second Resolve seems like more of a sideboard option. But at the same time, Mortal's Resolve is actually a combat trick where Warrior's Lesson is like value city in the right spots. Let's do the Mortal's Resolve, I think. I've been blown out by this card. I think it's very good. This deck looks good. I really like it. I think it's certainly got a lot of potential. It's top heavy, like I said, but between Burnished Heart, Double Satyr, and Caryatid, I would say our ramp is there. If we play against the Omega aggro, we've got some options. We can maybe cut the Mischief and Mayhem and go Guardians. We may have enough ways to win where Mischief's actually unnecessary. I like the idea of Mischief turning on Heroic, though. Maybe we want just a good blocker. Maybe we want the Agent because it trades up. Or does it trade down? I mean, I guess I would rather have a 2-3 than a 3-2. That is the thing. See, Mischief is good. My thing is we have enough ways to win. Ill-Tempered, Trompers, Crusher, Asp, Snake. We've got enough ways to win. We don't need the Mischief in this deck. It's just a cool option because it's so powerful in the right spots. But we don't really have the evasion to support it. So I could see doing Agent instead just to slightly lower our curve a bit whilst still giving us a decent threat and one in which we can actually make unblockable at a certain point. Alright, let's do this instead of the Mischief. I do like Mischief and Mayhem a lot. I feel like we already are kind of doing enough. We're already got enough ways to win. Our ramp is definitely justified. This thing can actually beat on a stalled board state with the Caryatid. So, alright. This deck looks fun. It looks good. I'm interested to see how it draws. Alright, so we're definitely green heavy, but we need double red for Bolt. Let's do not 5-12. Let's at least do 10-7. Let's do 10-7, I think. Yeah, because 7 should help us get that double red slightly early. Burnished Heart helps us, and actually Satyrs give us double red too. So the fact that maybe we only have that many, I guess that's still 10-7. That's still 10-7. Okay. Yeah, I like this deck a lot. And actually, Caryatid gives us red as well. I don't know if I feel comfortable with 11-6 though. I think I'd rather do 10-7. Alright, I like this deck a lot. I think it's good. I'm interested to see how it draws. Alright, I'll see you round 1.